Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. I want to thank my good friend, Carol Huston, who is the owner and team lead for True Story Realty, who's joining us today. Thank you for
You're
joining
so
us,
welcome,
Carol.
Barry. I'm excited.
Me too. A lot of people know me as a loan officer, but I'm also the CEO of a company called the Fourth Industrial Revolution, Inc. And the Fourth Industrial Revolution, Inc. is a company that is designed to try and help small to mid-sized businesses lower costs, increase profits, and we're not looking to necessarily eliminate jobs, but what we are looking to do is to try and help business owners incorporate AI into their business model. And one of the least things that people like to do is to make a bunch of phone calls. I mean, ideally, we want to be so busy that we don't have time to prospect. But even when we do prospect, it's you know it's choppy at best. Like I've literally trained and managed over 1,000 people in my career, and the difference between somebody great versus somebody who's just okay is like night and day. Not to mention the fact that we're human. We get our feelings hurt if somebody hung up on us or somebody was rude to us. The AI that we have is called AI Talk Assist. And it's one of the tools that we have that we're deploying to be able to help our realtor partners. And Carol has been kind enough to join us today to test this out. So we did this once before, but the technology has gotten so much better, and we wanted to really fine tune it. So we're going to be launching this officially next week, and Carol is going to give it a ring right now for the first
I'm the
time,
guinea
and let you
pig.
all. There
Okay.
you go. So
All right.
go
Let me
for it,
get the
Carol.
number up. So just so you know, Barry's already texted me a number, and I'm going to try to hold this
Right.
close to the speaker so you guys can hear it. Okay. Here we go. Hi. Am I speaking to Carol? Yes. Hi. This is Carol. Hey, Carol. I'm Jenny, the AI business developer from True Story Realty. We got your info because you visited one of our open houses or inquired on our website about buying a home. Just checking in to see if you found a home yet. No, I have not found a home yet. Ah, I see. Well, the thing is, I'm part of the client success team here at True Story Realty. We're just, touching base for a quick 3 to 5 minutes to see if there's any way we can lend a hand. And just a heads up, been told our line's a bit choppy today, so apologies in advance for any awkward pauses or overlaps. But yeah, do you have an idea of why you have not been able to find a home yet? Like, are you getting priced out of the market, or like, are your offers not getting accepted? If so, why do you think they are not getting accepted? Well, I think it's just the competition. I think, every single house I'm making an offer on, there's multiple offers, and I have to get a loan, and I'm up against all cash offers. So it's been hard. That's definitely tough. Are you currently working with a realtor right now? I have been, but I'm not that happy with them. So obviously, I haven't gotten a home yet. So I really like them, but I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. It's just been really, really frustrating. Got it. True Story Realty has an incredible reputation, and we often have access to homes that are not even listed on the market yet. In fact, just so you know, about 30% of homes are sold without being listed. I think you would agree that it doesn't hurt to get a fresh perspective from another professional. With that said, if you're in agreement, let's schedule a quick Zoom appointment with one of our top realtors, no strings attached. What day and time works best for you? Uh, I don't know. I mean, I feel kind of bad to make an appointment and talk to somebody that's not the person I've been using. So I mean, I don't know what could they offer me that I don't already have. I totally get that. It can feel awkward, but a fresh perspective can sometimes make all the difference. Plus, our realtors often have access to those off-market opportunities that might not be available otherwise. It doesn't hurt to get a second opinion, right? So what do you say? Could we lock in a quick Zoom appointment?
Um, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to be really busy this next week and the week after, so I'm not really sure. I mean, how far in advance do you make these appointments?
I get it. Schedules can be super hectic. We can definitely book farther out to fit your availability. How about sometime in the next month? We'll work around your schedule.
Okay, well, that would be convenient. I mean, what is it they, in terms of who would I be working with? Do you know?
You'll be connected with one of our top realtors. They're experienced and know the market really well. They'll listen to your needs and help craft a strategy to get you into a home. Let's find a date that works for you next month. What about the second week?
Okay, well, one other thing, Jenny, is that I have to sell my house. So, do you guys have a way to sell my house? I mean, are you good at that? Because I really do need to sell it before I buy something.
Absolutely, we're great at that too. Our team excels in both buying and selling homes. Having someone who can handle both sides can streamline everything and make it less stressful. Let's get you an appointment in the second week of next month. How does a Tuesday or Thursday sound for you?
That doesn't really work for me. I mean, I'm really busy during the week. Do they ever have any weekends available?
Yep, we can definitely do weekends too.
Okay.
How about a Saturday or Sunday? Is there a specific time on the weekend that works best for you?
Well, Saturday's probably better, like maybe like 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday.
Gotcha.
But you know what else?
But
I'm going to need a lender. So I had this lender, but I'm not happy with my lender. Is there any way that they could help me with getting a lender and an appointment with them?
absolutely. By we can help connect you with a trusted lender too. I'll lock in 10 a.m. on a Saturday for you, and we'll arrange for a lender to be part of that conversation. You'll also receive an SMS on this number soon with our contact info and some details for that meeting.
Oh,
Would that
okay.
work for you?
That would work for me. So the lender will also be on the Zoom?
Yes, we'll arrange it so the lender joins the Zoom as well.
Okay.
This way, you'll get all your questions answered in one go. Want to
Wow.
make sure everything's set up for you.
Okay. Thank you, Jenny. I really appreciate it. Let's say 10 a.m. on a Saturday in at like the second week of next month.
Sounds perfect, Carol. We'll see you at 10 a.m. on that Saturday in the second week of next month. You'll get all the info via SMS. Thank you so much for your time.
Jenny, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for helping me. And please tell Carol I said hi.
I appreciate you too, Carol. I'll definitely pass along your message. We're really looking forward to working with you and getting you into your new home.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye.
Thank you, Carol. We appreciate you too.
Bye. Wow.
Hey, pretty cool,
It's
right?
pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
So just so you know, like I've really tried to throw it some curveballs. I've said to it, is this RESPA compliant? And it said, oh yeah, we follow RESPA guidelines. And I said, do you know what RESPA is? And it read off RESPA
Oh
to
my
me.
gosh.
I mean, if you ask it what year or who won the World Series in 1979, it'll tell
Wow.
you because it's linked via API to ChatGPT, so it has the world's information
Wow.
there. So the way that it'll work, Carol, is that we can set up a calendar. It has to be through a Google
Mhm.
workspace that is just for setting up appointments for your
Mhm.
team. So this way, it's not booking appointments on my calendar, it's booking an appointment for your
I see.
calendar. Um, yeah, and so and then obviously, it sends a calendar, invite to the person. Like I just got notified that a calendar appointment was set up.
Oh,
And
for me on a Saturday morning? No
yes,
kidding.
and then now it'll also, if you currently are working with a
Mhm,
CRM that is a fairly modern
mhm.
CRM, we can we can link it up via API to your CRM, and it can actually, recognize clients that are calling in if you want to have an AI that's calling into you. It'll also take notes and put it into the CRM. Like I have it set up right now for myself where, hang on a second, I'm blurry again. Um, where, God, I hate it when it does that, even though I'm nothing to look at.
No, that's better
Um,
now.
I have it, I have it where uh, it links up to my CRM. It tells me when there's an appointment, and then I'm going to text it to text the client to verify it, just because I want them to have my cell number. Now we can do that also automatically through Twilio, where it will text somebody through Twilio. But for right now, I'm doing it on my own. Um, but if a call comes back, let's say I make a phone call and it doesn't recognize the
Mhm.
number. Well, here I'll play you a recording of a. This was a voice message that it left for me because I didn't pick up the phone. So let me turn this on. So exciting!
So exciting.
Here we go.
Hey Barry, this is Jenny. I'm with the Crevoy team at Arbor Financial. I'm actually their AI assistant and was hoping to chat with you for a minute about connecting you with the Crevoy team so we can share with you the technologies like myself that we offer to our realtor partners. It seems I've caught you at a busy time, but I'd love to arrange a callback or set up an appointment for a quick chat. You can reach me back directly through the Crevoy team's contact number. Looking forward to speaking with you. Have a great day.
Pretty cool,
Yeah.
right? So if somebody doesn't pick up, it'll wait for the voice message, and then it will leave a message about you, and it'll continue to call. We're working on this other project right now too, Carol, that is like, it's an all inclusive marketing platform that is AI driven. So it will have we'll have landing pages set up that will, try to get realtors listing appointments. They'll be advertised on Facebook. We can put it on LinkedIn, although, most people aren't responding to ads on LinkedIn when it comes to selling their house. You never know though. And the lead will come through this CRM, and it will trigger this journey, right? It will send an email offering them, free. Maybe it's a few videos that they can watch about the home buying process, and then it will text them a couple days later, and then it will call them to set up a meeting with the realtor and whatever it is they're trying to do, whether it's list their home or buy a
Mhm.
new home. It's this whole system that is going to be monitored and driven by this AI CRM database that we have. And once we're done with it, we're going to be able to deploy it nationally, and it will have the numbers to back it up why it's so valuable. But I mean, most of us, what we do is we either, I mean, for I'll speak let me ask you, because you're the realtor. How do you normally get your business,
Most of
Carol?
my business is from referral. So I would say 99% of my business is from referral. Where I would see this, so I tend to, you know, I have a hit list of people that a hit list of the people that I stay in touch with on a regular basis. But I can see that this
Right.
would be really helpful to me in returning all the people that come into open houses that I don't
Mm-hmm.
know that would be signing in, and our open house app is connected to our follow up boss, our CRM. And then what happens is they
Mm-hmm.
get usually a text that says, "Thanks for coming to my open house. If you have any questions, let me know." I believe that's the
Mm-hmm.
step where this could step in and say, make the phone call. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe send the text and then follow up the next day and say, "Hey, this is Jenny. Um, I'm the AI assistant for True Story Realty. So glad you came by our open house. Would you, we'd love to set up an appointment to find out what's happening with your needs and your wants or whatever." Um, at that
Yeah.
point. But as far as, I mean, there are a lot of agents that don't have a sphere like I do. So a lot of those people do need to make cold calls and do need to get, um, be calling into their farm or calling into a database of attorneys or business managers or, trustee kind of attorneys. But I think I think the benefit of it is also in just the day to day of like, "Hey, this is Jenny. I'm calling on behalf of Carol. She needs to talk to you about and go over your title report. Can you make an appointment with her to go over the title report?" I mean, all of those things
Mm-hmm.
along the way, um, that it just would save one step, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I also think it's just the idea of it is very, very fun. I mean,
One of the things that you had said to me that I thought was really quite brilliant, that and I'm almost afraid to say this because I don't want to give away your secret sauce, which is Carol is a networking freaking master. I mean, if I need a realtor somewhere, I just call Carol and Carol goes, "I got one there." Yeah, yeah, yeah. She introduced me to a fabulous realtor out of San Diego that helped one of my clients, Kimberly Cole. And I guarantee if I called Carol and said, "I need a realtor in San Francisco," she'd go, "I've got a
I
great one
do.
for you." So
Through my
so
company,
having
yeah.
this AI call realtors all over the
Mhm.
country to introduce you to them and say, "Hey, I network with other realtors. I have clients that move to your area. I'd like to get to know you a little bit better." And or Carol would like to get to know you a little bit better. And at the same time, tell you a little bit about herself. Would you be open to a meeting like that?
That's a
I mean, how
that's
much
perfect for
time,
me. That's perfect for me. Yeah,
right?
yeah. I love that idea. I also have, you know, we don't always have phone numbers of the people in our farms, right? But sometimes we do get them, and I think that if we've already been connected with them and sending things, if they have come back to us through our QR codes of cards we've sent out, or you know that then, and
Mm-hmm.
they've given us a phone number. I think it'd be really cool to be able to put this in the system and say, "Okay, let's have Jenny call, set up an appointment, and
Mm-hmm.
see if we can work it from there." I think what's going to happen is I think we're just at the very, very edge of how this is going to become the new normal. And I think people are going to get used to
Yep.
it, but it's sort of like it's the beginning of anything where people are like, what is this? I don't know. And
Well, so you and I are kind of like, we're knee deep in it because we've been talking about it for so long. But when you go outside and talk to 95% of the people, they're like,
Well, and I
"What?"
think people get freaked out. They
Um,
really do feel like it's, oh no, no, it's Big Brother and we're taking away the warm touch part of it. But I think that it's just one more step in the sort of the process that we take and that we make in terms of helping people. It's just one more step to help us help people. You know what I mean? And ultimately, that's all we're trying to
yeah.
do. We're just trying to really serve people in the best way we can. and get them. And in my business, I just want you to find the most beautiful home. I want to do that, and I want to do it with you. I want them to use Barry if they need a loan. I just want to be able to serve people in the best way. And to me, it's just one more tool of how to serve people. I remember the old days of when it was like, okay, we're going to take these pictures in this MLS book and we're going to now put it into a website, and everybody's going to be able to search for houses on a computer. And it was like, oh no, our jobs are going to be taken away. And it was just one step that made it so
Mhm.
much easier to say, hey, I'm going to send you a photo of a picture of a house. And people
Mhm.
were like, what? You can email me that? So we've all gotten used to it over the past 20 years, but it's just it's the next part. And it's the name of your company, the fourth industrial revolution
Yeah.
is just such a great name. And you have always been a futurist to me, and kind of taken my hand and
Yeah.
helped me walk to it in a new way that I embrace it instead of being afraid of it. And we can
Sure.
be afraid of the future, or we can say, oh, how will this work to serve people in a better way? Right?
Right. Well, that's kind of the whole concept of the company is that, when I was getting my executive education certification, I had this thesis that developed where I was watching, all these massive corporations that's pouring, literally billions of dollars into AI, but the average person is just they either think that it's techie, that they need some sort of technical
Right.
expertise, which is not true, or that it's too expensive, again, not true, or they think that, I've been successful for the last 30 years, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And you try to explain to them, like, look what happened to Kodak, look what happened to Blockbuster. Like, just because you were successful in the past doesn't mean that's a guarantee that you're going to be successful in the future. And I think if you can just educate people in bite-sized
Mhm.
pieces where they don't feel like completely overwhelmed, like it's sitting in some sort of a continuing education class. I envision, like, 10-minute little videos, talking about different technologies that are coming out. Eventually people start going, wow, like, I guess I do know a lot about this. And then your mind starts racing, like, wow, how could I use
Yeah.
this? So that's kind of the focus of where we're going
Mhm.
with this. Is we're going to be starting this school platform to try and teach all of our partners and friends. And I mean, I'm not kidding you. You don't need to even know me. If you want to be part of it, you can be part of it. It's not going to cost you anything. At least the beginning classes, maybe some of the more advanced ones would. But the idea is try and teach people how to incorporate these different technologies in their business, because I promise you, other people are
Mhm.
doing it. And if you're not going to compete. If funny anecdote, before we jumped on this, Carol, I launched this thing, and it was calling 250 of the top realtors here in the Corona area. And one of the calls that picked up was an AI. And now it didn't admit that it was an AI, but I've listened to enough AIs that I knew it was an AI. So my AI was talking to their AI, and it was hilarious to me. But you know what? One of the things that I can tell you, and I'd like your feedback on this, is uh, we tried having the AI call where it did not say it was an
Yeah.
AI, and people were getting frustrated and irritated because at some point, if you talk to it long enough, it's kind of obvious that it's an
Right.
AI. And if you say, "Are you an AI?" and he goes, "No," what makes you think that? It's like, come on. So we figured, it should, and not to mention the fact, I think there's something ethically wrong with pretending this AI pretending to be a human when in fact it
Yeah.
is not.
Yeah.
Like,
Like you're trying to trick
I
somebody.
feel
We're not
like
trying to
people
trick
have been
anybody.
sold.
It's just this is what it is. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's true, because it's like, stop pretending that you're human. Just say that you're not, and that you're serving a
That's
purpose
right.
for them. But I do think it's better to say, hey, I'm the AI assistant, um,
That's
and
right.
it's so cute because I could picture her sitting there making the phone call. I can picture Jenny. I can picture her. I can see her in my head, and and I also love that, you could, I mean, does this allow you to have other personalities and other voices, or you kind of like, yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, there no, I mean, seriously, like, many different
yeah,
languages, many different personalities. I chose this particular one because I just felt like it was she didn't sound too
yeah,
young, but she also didn't sound too
yes,
old.
yes,
And so I like the tenor of her
uh-huh.
voice. But we've got British guys and we've got Southern girls and we've got, I mean, you name it. If you're going to be calling Tennessee, you might want to have a Southern
Right, right.
accent, right?
So what happens in that area? You
So
just plug
yeah,
it in and say, you can choose the voice.
it has to be programmed
Okay.
into it before it makes
But
calls out.
eventually
When I
it
say
seems like
program,
you'd
I
be
mean
able to
it's
go into your, and then click on Southern, Mabel, Nashville or something, and be able to pick and
yeah.
choose.
Well, here's something you bring up an interesting point that I think is worth talking about a little bit is that, if you go on YouTube right now and you type in voice, a conversational assistant, you'll see there are literally thousands of
Mm,
videos. And what's funny is that they all make it sound like you can do this yourself. Like, let me show you how to
yeah.
do this. And let me tell you something, I know more than most. And I am lost watching this. So is the 99% of the rest of everybody else. And the deal is that they go through this exercise just to tell you if you're having a hard time with this, you can hire us to do this
Oh,
for
I
you.
see.
So
I
it
see.
it cracks me up. It's
Ah,
like there is no way. I know realtors. I've been a loan officer for 23 years. When list reports first came out, like the realtor just had to upload their photo on
right.
there. I couldn't get realtors to do that. Realtors are not the most techy of the, and not to mention the fact they feel like it's below their pay grade. It's like, look, I need to be talking to
Right.
homeowners, to decision makers, to people that are buying. I don't want to be messing around. So now, are there going to be some realtors that maybe have some people on their team that are techie? They will, but I'm telling you, I've been, my development team. I have been in every meeting watching them struggle to get things fixed and to just make everything just
Hmm.
so. There is no way. I mean, I have this stuff recorded where I could watch it and try and do it myself. It just isn't going to
Yeah.
happen. Now, to the your to I think one of your points though that is that we're headed towards a future where you will be able to do this because you will not have to do any of it
Right.
yourself. You are going to have an AI, Carol, that is going to be like Jarvis was for
Mm.
Iron Man, where you'll walk in the door, it'll say, "Hi, Carol, welcome home. Dinner's going to be on in 15 minutes. You might you I've started your bath for you, and you might want to take a bath. Do you feel I mean, literally, and it might even say, you might say, well, you know I, I I don't want dinner tonight. I'm going to go out with Jerry. Can you see if whatever has reservations open? And it will call, the AI will call, it'll talk to the restaurant, and it will book a table for you and come back and go, reservations are set. And I mean, this is the future that we're headed. So if you get an idea, Carol, where you go, I got this great idea. Let's say you call your AI Jenny. You go, Jenny, I've got this great idea. I want to create a new farm that's based out of Santa Monica. Can you figure out, knowing everything you know about my team, where would be the best area for us to market ourselves? And it will come back and it'll go, Carol, I think that this area right here is going to be the best place, and here's how we should start. So you're going to have your AI will be your best friend. It will talk to you. It will give you therapy if you need it. If you're upset, it'll go, Carol, I can tell you're upset. Would you like to talk about it? And it'll try and talk you down off the ledge. Like, this is where we're happy. I'm not talking 10
Yeah.
years from now. I'm talking in the next year to 18
Wow.
months. This is where we're headed with AI. So as soon as artificial general intelligence comes out, I mean, but what's funny is that some people will still not want to do it because they're afraid of it somehow,
Tell
So
me about
I feel like
artificial
I'm almost
general
like
intelligence. So that's AGI. AGI.
AGI. So AGI is the point to where artificial intelligence is so good that it is as good as a
Okay.
human, and that it can complete most tasks, when it comes to in the digital realm, that a human can
Okay.
do, even
Wow.
better. That's what artificial gen. Now there's going to be artificial super intelligence, which is what we refer to in the AI field as the singularity, which is it becomes almost godlike to where it can create things out of thin air. Like, it can take carbon atoms in your room and actually the AI can make things appear right before your very eyes. And probably at that point can tell you, how the human species can propagate itself, in throughout the rest of the galaxy. And it'll be able to tell you vehicles and engines to build that can move faster than the speed of light, and open up wormholes. I mean, that's artificial super intelligence. Artificial general intelligence is going to be as smart or smarter than the smartest collective human species put together, because it'll have the world's knowledge, and it will be able to start, thinking for itself. And they're doing this very slowly, by the way, because they don't want something to happen that could potentially harm humanity. So for those of you that are worried, that this is, Terminator, now, there are as many people as there are that are trying to make the tools of the fourth industrial revolution. There are also great concerns and what they call red teams of people that are actually testing it, trying it to do something nefarious, just so they can stop it before anything happens. So this is all super fascinating to me. You guys might find it really boring, but I mean, I am just so excited about the future. I'm so excited to have to have the ability to change lives. And I know that sounds overly
But it's not.
dramatic,
I get that.
but
I think that's really the core of
I
what drives both of us is we
that's
deeply change
right.
people's lives because we find them the place to call home. And that is not a
That's
small
right.
thing, Barry. That is it's a huge calling, and
Right.
why we feel it in our hearts. And these are tools we use, but
Hmm.
ultimately we're using those tools to have that feeling that we get when they call us and say, "Oh my God, thank you so much. We love our home." And it
Yeah.
just and also just if it's not a home, then it's investments. And that we're building people's wealth and helping people to create a future
That's
for themselves, um, based on taking their hard work and investing it into their future with their families. And it's quite a cool thing. And that's why you and I work so well together, because I think that's what we long
right.
for, is that feeling of taking somebody through something very difficult. Sometimes we know that process, the competition there, and no, this is too much.
Mhm.
I always say to my buyers, okay, we're in a market right now that you got to write an offer that is so strong that it makes you feel a little bit of throw up in your back of your throat, just a little bit to go. "Argh!"
Mhm.
But then you get the house and you go,
Yeah.
oh, I'm so glad you told me to do that, because it really does change your
Yep.
whole life. Fear is what holds us
And,
back,
and,
and the fear of new things holds us back. And I don't ever want to be afraid of what the future holds in terms of beauty and wonder and tools that we can use to create a better world for people. How cool is that? You've always been that way and you inspire me in that way, Barry. I really appreciate that about you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and to your point, Carol, I mean, really, it's an honor, right? I mean, like, not many uh, you could not be in very many jobs where you get that kind of satisfaction. I don't want to sound overly important, to everybody, but you know, unless you're in our business, it's very hard to comprehend. But I can only imagine it's like a gynecologist who helps a family give
Yes.
birth, right? It's like, it's like that you were just part of this massive life-changing event for a family. You help them deliver their child. And we are helping people buy homes, which, are going to change their life. But something else you said that I think that is really exciting that most people should be thinking about is, so the term the fourth industrial revolution is the convergence of AI, robotics, 3D printing, the Internet of Things, and genomics. So if you don't know what the Internet of Things is, the Internet of Things is like, I have a washer and dryer that is connected to the Wi-Fi, and it lets me know when my wash is done, or if something goes wrong, it notifies me. That's what we would consider an Internet of Things appliance, right? You have refrigerators now that are smart, that are hooked up to your Wi-Fi. I have a Nest thermostat that is hooked up to my Wi-Fi that I can control from my phone. Those are all massive data points that are all streaming into usable data for companies to create new and cool inventions
Mhm.
over. And so if you are a little nervous, you should be more excited, because we are on the verge. Like, the most people have heard of
Mhm.
DeepMind. So DeepMind was a company that was the first company to deliver an AI that was able to beat the world's greatest chess champion, and then it went on to beat the world's greatest Go player. Then Google wound up buying it, and then they started training it to learn how to fold proteins. Now, our body is made up of billions of proteins, and these proteins do different things. It used to take a scientist 7 years to learn how to fold one protein. And now the Google AlphaFold, it's called, which is part of the DeepMind, has been able to fold every known protein known to man. And now they just released AlphaFold 3, which not only folds proteins, but it also tells you the molecular makeup of the DNA inside those proteins. Now, this sounds like a bunch of gobbledygook, but what it means is that AI converging with
Mhm.
genomics is going to change our lives for the better. It's going to help, it's going to give us the cures for every known thing that harms us as humans. It's going to be able to prevent things from
Mhm.
happening, and also extend our human health span and lifespan.
Wow.
So, these things are, if you're not excited about this, I suggest you put your face in front of a mirror and breathe to see if any breath comes out, because mean, I am just, I can't go to sleep at night. I get so excited about everything that's
Wow.
happening to better
Mhm.
humanity. And I feel honored to be in this position and have, the ability to, I'm starting small, and I'm going to grow this thing. But thank you so much for joining me to do
Of
this, Carol. It's
course. Of
always a
course. I'm
pleasure to
so
have you.
like, I
And
just, my mind's blown always. Every time we do this and you tell me the next thing, or I've got a new one, let me just try this. My mind is always like, what? And the ability for Jenny to answer the questions and come up with, I mean, it's pretty awesome. It's wonderful. And I just keep up the good work, because I think it's going to be continuing to
thank you.
serve people in ways we haven't even imagined, right? I think that's part of it that's coming up too. So I'm
It is.
excited, Barry. I've always been excited working with you. And this is like a whole nother, it's like next level. Thank you.
Yes. And I can't wait to watch you grow and to help your team grow and just watch all of you guys become, aware of just how impactful you incorporating these technologies into your businesses. So we'll check back
I'm
with you from time
excited.
to
I
time.
promise you we'll keep up on it and we're just open. We keep staying open to you, giving us new tools. And I so appreciate you being the person that's like, hey, Carol, I got something new. Try this. So thank you for letting me be a part
Nice.
of that. True story.
Thank you. Well, everybody, thank you for sticking in there with us. And yeah, just stay tuned. Subscribe to our channel. Keep an eye out for more news. We're going to try and deliver it to you as it's coming, at least the most important
Yes.
things. Everybody take care.
Thanks, Barry.
Bye,
Bye.
Carol. Bye, everybody.
Bye.